Hey everyone, it's Chill here, and welcome back to Learn English Quickly. Today's episode is a big one. We're diving into the all-important question: how can you learn English effectively? Learning English might seem like a daunting task, but with the right approach, it can actually be a lot of fun and incredibly rewarding. Whether you're just starting out or looking to polish your skills, these tips should help you on your journey. First off, immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. Surround yourself with English wherever you go. Watch movies and TV shows in English, listen to English music, and try to read books, articles, or even social media posts in English. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more familiar it will become. And don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. That's totally normal. The key is to keep at it, and gradually, you'll start to pick up more and more. Another great tip is to practice speaking as much as you can. Now, I know what you're thinking. Speaking in a new language can feel like you're juggling flaming torches while riding a unicycle. It's nerve-wracking, and you might be worried about stumbling over your words or saying something that makes people look at you like you've just spoken Martian. But here's the secret: everyone makes mistakes. Even native speakers have their off days where they accidentally say "I'm going to the toilet" when they meant to say "I'm going to the party." It's all part of the fun. The more you practice speaking, the more you'll get used to the language, and before you know it, you'll be tossing out phrases with the ease of a pro. So, find yourself a language partner or join a conversation group where you can practice without the pressure. Think of it like a friendly game where the only rule is to have fun. You're not just practicing speaking, you're having a laugh while you're at it. It's like being in a comedy club where everyone's jokes are in English, and the punchline is your improved fluency. And let's be honest, everyone's been there. You'll have those moments where you say something and instantly think, "Did I really just say that?" But guess what? It's totally okay. In fact, those are the moments that make for the best learning experiences. So, embrace the awkwardness, laugh it off, and remember that each blunder is a step toward becoming a more confident speaker. So go ahead, strike up a conversation with a friend, chat with a fellow language learner, or even talk to yourself in English if you have to. Just keep practicing, and soon enough, you'll be chatting away like it's second nature. And remember, if you can survive making mistakes with a smile, you'll be just fine. When it comes to vocabulary, try to learn new words in context rather than just memorizing them in isolation. For example, if you're learning the word delicious, try to use it in a sentence like, "This pizza is delicious," or "That was a delicious meal." This helps your brain make connections and remember the word more easily. And don't forget to review regularly. Repetition is key to retaining new vocabulary. One of the best ways to supercharge your English skills is to set specific, achievable goals. Think of it like navigating through a video game. You wouldn't just aim for the final boss without tackling smaller challenges along the way, right? It's the same with learning English. Instead of setting a giant, vague goal like "I want to speak English fluently," try breaking it down into bite-sized, manageable steps. Imagine you're crafting a treasure map for your English journey. Your main goal might be the X that marks the spot, but the real adventure is in the smaller, more achievable milestones along the way. For instance, let's start with something like learning 10 new words this week. Sounds manageable, doesn't it? Instead of trying to remember 100 new words at once, focus on just a few. Make it a game. Challenge yourself to use those words in sentences, write them down, or even label things around your house with sticky notes. It's like turning your environment into an English learning playground. Another great goal is to practice speaking with a friend for just 15 minutes every day. You don't need a lengthy conversation to make a difference. A quick chat over coffee or a brief video call can be incredibly effective. And if you're worried about running out of things to say, just pick a fun topic like your favorite TV show, a recent adventure, or even your pet's latest antics. It's all about making the practice enjoyable and relevant. By setting these smaller, achievable goals, you'll keep your motivation high and see your progress in real time. It's like having mini celebrations along the way. Each time you reach a goal, you're not just checking off a box, you're building confidence and moving closer to that big, fluent speaking dream. So, create your own treasure map with these mini goals and celebrate each achievement, no matter how small. You'll find that not only is learning English more manageable, but it also becomes a lot more fun. Plus, you'll get to look back and see just how far you've come on your journey to mastering English. Let's not forget about grammar. While it might not be the most exciting part of learning a language, having a good grasp of grammar is essential for clear communication. My advice is to learn the basics and then build on them gradually. Don't try to memorize all the rules at once, focus on understanding how they work in real-life sentences. And of course, practice, practice, practice. The more you use the grammar rules, the more natural they'll become. Finally, be patient with yourself. Learning a new language is a bit like growing a garden. It takes time, care, and a lot of patience. You're not going to wake up one day and suddenly be fluent, just like you're not going to grow a giant pumpkin overnight. It's a gradual process, and that's perfectly okay. Here's the thing. If you're feeling like you've hit a plateau or that some parts of learning English are tougher than trying to explain quantum physics to a toddler, don't get discouraged. Everyone has those moments when it feels like you're speaking English like a robot with a glitch. Just remember, even native speakers have off days where they mix up their words or forget a simple phrase. It happens to the best of us. For example, the other day, I tried to use the word metaphor in a sentence and accidentally said metal floor. Trust me, the image of a metallic floor in a conversation was not exactly what I had in mind. But that's part of the journey. Laugh at the mistakes, learn from them, and move on. If you can't laugh at your language blunders, you're missing out on some prime comedy material. Remember, every word you learn and every sentence you speak is like a tiny victory. Celebrate those little wins, even if they feel as small as finding a needle in a haystack. Did you finally remember the difference between there and there? High five. Did you manage to order food in English without accidentally asking for a horse instead of a fork? Pat yourself on the back. The key is to keep going, even when it feels like you're walking through a maze with no exit. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. Think of it as an epic quest where you're the hero. Sometimes the path is clear, and other times it's filled with unexpected challenges. But with each step, you're getting closer to the finish line. So give yourself a break, enjoy the process, and remember, every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. And if you ever feel like throwing in the towel, just remind yourself of this little gem. Even Shakespeare probably had days when he mixed up his iambic pentameters. Keep going, and you'll get there one word, one sentence, and one chuckle at a time. So those are my top tips for learning English effectively. I hope you find them helpful, and if you have any tips of your own, I'd love to hear them. Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.